That's not how the Force works.
I don't care!
Put a ticket in and make her name it gay!
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the movie. There's one scene that sticks out, and it probably sticks out for everybody, which is that, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
What are you talking about?
G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. Yo! G'day guys and welcome to Casual Rage 258. Where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. And this week we've got a little bit of Star Wars news, not a lot, but a little bit, because of course we can't not keep an eye on the box office for Mandalorian and Grogu. There was a little bit of Jeremy Clarkson news, which is a little sad, which we will just touch on just for a moment. As you can see in the title, I was wondering if Supergirl was actually even coming out. Is there any promotion out there? I know that they dropped a trailer that didn't do. Actually, we might check the ratio on that trailer. Can I talk today? In fact, I think that there's a clip. I know that Jay, Drunk 3PO, is probably going to use it, but I think I need to use it for the same fucking thing. I don't speak English, but I'm excited. What the fuck is going on today? We do have a little bit of Stargate news. They've obviously sort of protested and done their flyovers and things like that. And I do have a little bit to say in regards to that. Yeah, we do have some Supergirl stuff, and they dropped a Spider-Man trailer today, which is kind of exciting. Because if there's one thing that I'm sort of okay with right now is where Spider-Man is. If I'm talking about Marvel. And I don't, like, this is an MCU movie. It's not an MCU movie. I don't know how to judge these things anymore with Sony and fucking Disney. And the deals that they've got and the movies that they've made and the connections between them or not, but not between them. I don't know. So we'll obviously watch that. And then I also do have and we'll probably watch this while we do Seal of the Week, even though like I'm really light on any Seal of the Weeks. If you've got Seal of the Week nominations, send them. Send them. DM them to me. And then let me know in the chat that you've DM'd them to me because, you know, while you're streaming, it can be a little difficult to navigate everything that you're doing. All right, let's quickly say hello and see who we've got here in the chat. Oh, and the reason why I was late, obviously, I was just over on Nina's channel. I woke up really late. I actually wanted to jump on Nina's channel like near the beginning of her stream. I ended up sleeping in way too long. And like, I at least wanted to jump in there and say, hey, Nina's a really, really good person. She's a really nice friend and she's awesome. So, yeah. So I wanted to definitely do that. So I'm sorry I was a little bit late, but and thank you to the Raiders that hung around that are here from over there. All right, let's see who we've got here. We've got Firafema. Says, evening, gents. Hope all is well. Yes, all is doing well. We've got Mike Hill. Mike, you don't send me stuff anymore. I know. Star Wars is so fucked though. Like who and what is there really? Saw, how you doing? Good to see you. Handy. Handy harmonica. Hardy harmonica. Oh my God. I just feel stupid. See, that's where I need that clip to break it up. Maybe we just play this one.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? We've got Darren here. How you doing? You're very welcome. And yeah, like I said, I needed to at least make an appearance. Say hello. Congratulate her. She does well. And she's like one of those channels out there that I got to say, she's more on the positive side of life than the negative side of life, which sometimes you need that positivity. Yes, Caleb, I was late. I'm sorry. And at least we avoided the rage, huh? We've got Soul Assassin. How you doing? Donna Hall. How you doing? P-Dubs. What is the emoji? Maybe we play a new game where you put an emoji in the chat and we need to guess what it is. Well, I need to guess what it is. I guess you can't just put an emoji though. You'd need to give a clue in one word clues or something. Let's see. Let's fucking go. Dr. Coffinails, good to see you. How are you? GT Weber. And the nuisance bird. I think I'm all caught up. If I missed you, I'm sorry. How you doing? And we've obviously got some lurkers here as well. All right, let's get into this a little bit. I want to start with, actually, you know what? Let's just start with the Jeremy Clarkson news because it is a little sad. Jeremy Clarkson, I feel like, is the, you know, when it came to Top Gear, you could say he's the main actor. He's the main draw. The other guys were great too. I'm not taking anything away from them, but I feel like he made it. And I think through the success of Clarkson's Farm, he's proven that he can essentially sort of do it himself. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm on the wrong one. Let's just take a look. This was the reveal from the actual apparently the last. Now I haven't watched Clarkson's Farm, and I guess I kind of regret not actually jumping on the bandwagon and getting into the Clarkson's Farm stuff. I'm definitely going to probably sit down and try and watch it and get through it all because apparently there's some great funny moments and stuff like that. Again, it's Jeremy Clarkson.
End of July, basically.
All end of July. Why are you going away?
I don't know what they're discussing. Waiting till the end of July or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I've got cancer.
No.
Yep.
The shock in them too, but you almost...
Yeah.
thing that destroys me is like after he says it, that bottom lip and the shudder in the chin, that sort of gets me.
I've got cancer.
Right there.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, and my prayers are with you, Jeremy Clarkson. I'm curious though, how long after they like record this and film this is it coming out? Like, obviously, there's delays between recording. Like, how much time goes by, and then obviously he'd be getting treatment or something. I haven't looked into it. Obviously, I saw it yesterday. And then this was just a little thing from him after the episode aired.
Got some good news and some somber news. Good news is that Hawkston has finally had an advert accepted, and it'll be shown just before kickoff in the England match tomorrow evening. Somber news, Clarkson's farm. Ordinarily, we try to keep the show bucolic and charming and cheerful. But the final 2 episodes, which drop in the middle of the night tonight, they're none of those things, really. They're a difficult watch. They're really, really difficult.
This is the thing, you can almost see it in just the way that he's saying that. Like, I guess in the back of his mind, he still can't believe that he's got cancer. You know what I mean? Like, if prayers that nobody ever fucking has to go through it or get cancer, but imagine, obviously you're sitting there, you feel completely fine, you feel completely healthy, and then you just get, told that you've got cancer. I mean, my sister went through it with breast cancer. Twice, in fact. But yeah, it's somber news. Obviously people will be paying attention to it. And he'll be keeping us up to date with it all. I'm curious on whether or not, I saw somebody mention it earlier, saying I hope they do a season 6. Yeah, there it is. Fear of FEMA. Well, it really comes down to the result of this, doesn't it? I mean, the thing is with treatments and stuff like that, and apparently it's an aggressive cancer as well. It's going to kick him for 6, and at his age as well. Not to say that he's not, like, I mean, he'd probably be, being on a farm, he'd probably be more active than even I am. But it still doesn't take away from how much this is going to kick him. He'll lose a lot of weight. He'll lose all his hair. But it's not even about just the physical look, is it? It's more so about the physical, I guess, and mental strength of him. And he seems like a very strong person. So hopefully he'll be okay. Hopefully, prayers that he can fight this and he can get through it and he can continue entertaining us for, a bit longer, I guess. But sad news. Bit of sad news. What's up, OG? How you doing? I loved our discussion of Rise of Darth Vader last week. Was it last week or the week before? The week before, I think. But now that I'm actually going through and I'm actually reading it again, I wish I had read it before I came on. Because now there's even stuff that I kind of missed because it had just been so long. But it was still a good discussion. It was still a lot of fun. And it's still a great fucking book. I don't think it'll ever not be a great fucking book. If you guys haven't read the Revenge of the Sith trilogy, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I would have to say, well, this is the thing. I haven't read... I was going to say it would have to be like the best... Well, Revenge of the Sith I would have to say would have to be the best adaptation from the movie. But the book gives you so much more, man. The book gives you so much more. Anyway, let's talk about Star Wars, shall we? Shall we talk about Star Wars? Because there's basically two sort of headlines for Mandalorian and Grogu right now. And one is just that it's a shit movie and it's not making any money. The Mandalorian and Grogu set to become the lowest grossing live action Star Wars movie in franchise box office history. So this movie, I mean, we just look at the box office right now, and I'm just using Box Office Mojo here. But again, it's just crawling, right? 316 million. What was it, chat? If you remember, what was it when we looked at it last week? This time last week? Did it hit over the 300 million yet? I don't think it had, because we hadn't had, or are we up to its fourth weekend? No, it did. Because it crawled over 300 million after its third weekend. It did. Slightly. But now it's sitting at 316 point, let's say 5 million. 316.5 million. Okay, so let's look at this in the grand scheme of things. I don't even care whether or not this movie makes money or not in regards to relative to its budget, relative to how much it spent on marketing, which I think is a fucking ton when you look at what they actually came out with. What I mean is that this is a Star Wars movie. John just mentioned it. John Talks just mentioned it on Nina's channel while we were there, and we were talking about a little bit of this kind of stuff. Any movie right now, Star Wars movie, should be, I reckon, making $1 billion. It was supposed to make $1 billion, yes, based on the shills. But based on the fact that this is a Star Wars movie, I reckon this is why the shills were saying it. Because they still think that we're in this era of Star Wars where Star Wars can just be Star Wars and it make $1 billion. So, for example, I'm going to use the sequel trilogy as our example here. Yes, The Force Awakens comes out. Hype is massive, huge. In fact, it's received so well that this movie makes $2 billion. Rogue One comes out and makes $1 billion. Isolated movie, yes, it had it was connected to the original trilogy, so they had that going for it. They had the hype that was still there after The Force Awakens, and of course then they had the word of mouth of the Vader hallway scene, and that's the only thing that really anyone talks about when it comes to Rogue One. In fact, if you ever go back and rewatch Rogue One, the rest of the movie is boring as fuck. Like boring. Super boring. But the one thing that I'll give Rogue One is that at least in a sense, it was in the Star Wars. They obeyed to the laws and the rules and the continuity of the universe. To an extent, I have no doubt that there are some things that they fell short on. I've never really dissected it like that. Maybe I should and just take a look. You know, like my tracking fobs kind of thing. We'll see. We'll see. I don't even think I could, to be honest with you. I'd turn it on and then I'd be like, nah. You know how last week we were watching some of those reactions and stuff like that? And I'm like, I can't do this. I don't want to get angry anymore. I'm past being angry at Star Wars. And if these people are too stupid to see that what they're actually enjoying is absolute slop and it means nothing and has no moral code, has no depth, has no feeling to it at all, it's just images on a screen laced in Star Wars, then I can't help you. No one can. Only you can recognize the issues that you're having. when it comes to that. Because I think I've found that no matter how much evidence now you give to any of these people in regards to what's wrong with something, they're either not going to listen to you or they're going to ignore it and choose and basically end up choosing to be naive to it. You know, it's a bit like when you start making a point and then the person that you're making the point to starts talking over the top of you because they know that you're about to make a really, really good fucking point. And then you had The Last Jedi makes over $1 billion, what, 1.5, something like that. The biggest disaster in Star Wars history is that moment right there. That's ground zero. And then moves on to, I think there's multiple deaths of Star Wars during the timeline, but you can't deny that The Last Jedi is ground zero. And then you've got hang on, let me get this really quickly. The great Tom King, how you doing for $5? Says, yeah, man. I was trying to wish Nina a happy 6th, but I was apparently banned. Anyway, thanks for the free membership. Oh, you're welcome. Dude, I don't think on my channel, I don't, unless the mods have, I don't think I've ever banned anyone. Thing is sometimes I thrive off the fucking idiots that come in here and start saying shit. I think the only thing that could ever get somebody banned is if they were saying something in the chat that's not allowed to be said in the chat, or they were spamming like really fucking hard. Okay, John Platt, how you doing? Thank you, TGTK. Thank you. I should have just said the great Tom King. All right. So where was I? Fucking Last Jedi makes over $1 billion. But then the backlash from that was basically that fucking Solo lost money, right? Now, this is the crazy thing. If Star Wars was in a good place, Solo, and Solo was a good movie, obviously it's not. But if Star Wars was still in a good place after The Last Jedi, I can guarantee you Solo makes $1 billion. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. You don't think so? Dude, if Star Wars was healthy and it had a $2 billion movie and it was a good fucking movie, addition to the story, which everybody thought it was, and then Rogue One, again, okay, it's not a part of the ongoing story. We're not in present day of where we are in the storyline, or the timeline, I should say, but we get some extra context for the original trilogy. Cool. Makes $1 billion. The next sequel movie comes out, makes $1 billion. Now, even the third one made $1 billion. But I think the only reason why that happened is because, again, Star Wars... You're okay. Star Wars was in a very bad place. It really was. But people wanted to see like how they were going to fucking close off this ridiculous story. Everybody knew that it was fucked, but everybody still wanted to go and see it. So they went and saw it. I don't think I went and saw The Rise of Skywalker in theaters. I think the last thing that I saw in theaters from Star Wars was The Last Jedi. Yeah, I didn't even watch Solo. I didn't go see that. But this is okay, so just bring it full circle really quickly. And I do see your super chat, Dr. Coffinails. Just to bring it full circle. This movie, if Star Wars was healthy, would naturally make $1 billion. The hype, you saw the videos and the pictures and everything of people going into these theaters and they're being completely empty. And this is like opening weekend. That's like unheard of in the Star Wars franchise. Unheard of. People are so done with it. And the new audience that they've got actually aren't new at all. They're not. They were normies that jumped on the bandwagons that are actually wokies that are normies, that now they're the only ones that are left. You've gained actually no new fans, I don't think. And especially coming through that younger generation. Yeah, Star Wars is for kids. Have you gained any new... Like, when you go to Star Wars Celebration now, yes, I have no doubt that you see some kids there with their parents and stuff like that. But, dude, it's going to die. It's already getting diminishing returns. It is no longer... The crazy thing is that when I was growing up, it was fucking... You weren't cool being a Star Wars fan. You weren't cool loving sci-fi and fantasy and fucking, comic books and stuff like that. It wasn't cool. But then apparently out of nowhere, everybody started jumping on these things. And I think, it started really, I started noticing it more with the growth of the MCU and how much more people were like, hey, these comic book stories, yeah, some crazy fucking wild powers, superpowers and stuff like this. But, when you look at it in the context of the story, it's like, no shit. It's always been that way. You just looked at it from the outside and then and then everybody started looking at these things. People started watching Star Wars for the first time and, oh my God, what an amazing story. Oh my God, I'm now a Star Wars fan. No, okay, yes, but also no. Because now all you want is what you want, whether it be similar to Twilight or you're fucking shipping, or whatever it is. It's now to do with that, not to do with the story, not to do with the hero's journey, not to do with any of these other elements. And it's crazy that their fight back to us is, oh, just because you didn't get what you wanted. No, it's not what I wanted. It's what Star Wars is. What I wanted to see was what Star Wars is. What we ended up getting was something else. And that's why Disney Star Wars isn't Star Wars. Evidence by the Mandalorian and Grogu box office. This movie should have made $1 billion no matter what. Yes, those people out there that were saying, oh, this movie's going to make $1 billion. This movie's going to make $2 billion. Well, no, you're stupid because the fucking fan base is in a completely different place. But because you don't think that the fan base is in a completely different place, you honestly thought that this thing is just naturally going to make $1 billion. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. And that's because you refuse to see the truth. You refuse to see that Dave Filoni isn't the savior. Star Wars theory. You refuse to see, acknowledge that Kathleen Kennedy destroyed Star Wars with her bullshit fucking the Force is female and all of that other crap. Dr. Coffinails for $5 says Rogue One is boring as fuck, except for the Vader hallway scene, and then they all die on the beach, Halo Reach style. Yeah. Yep. But again, I think, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat, guys. The thing is that nobody involved in Star Wars right now has a finger on a pulse. Like there's nothing there for them to create off of because nobody cares anymore. And the other reason why nobody cares anymore is because you guys did this. Disney Lucasfilm, you guys did this. Mandalorian suit actor Brendan Wayne blasts toxic Star Wars fans while defending the Mandalorian and Grogu's box office failure. I can tell you now, there's one way to guarantee that by the time Starfighter comes out, and by the time Ahsoka season 2 comes out, that you can, really rub salt in the wounds and really bury that fan base is by doing this. Because in his statement, and I'll have to find it because I wasn't actually going to read it because I'm retarded at reading. He basically says it's not yours, it's theirs. It's where is it? There's quotes here. Hold on. Here it is. It's interesting to see people who are pulling against the franchise they love. The thing is that this isn't interesting at all. This is the natural progression of people's emotions and how they feel and how they've been reacted to by the people that are creating it, by the people that are making it, that aren't listening to the fans, and in fact blaming the fans for how shit their job has, what the work that they've done. It's interesting to see people who are pulling against the franchise they love just because of their ownership. Dude, yes, I believe that to some extent, I have some ownership over Star Wars. Now, I'm not saying to the point that I own it, to the point where I get to actually dictate what fucking happens. No. But, I've invested a fair bit of money in some merch in my time. I've invested a lot of my time and, on rewatches of the fucking movies just so that I can get a little bit more, or just so that I can escape my real world for a day. I feel like, yes, there are fans out there that have some ownership to this stuff. The crazy thing is that those fans, a lot of them actually know what they're talking about when it comes to Star Wars. Because they love it so much, they've read a lot. They've studied Star Wars. They've studied the universe. There are people that just straight off the top of their head could tell you how long it takes to travel between fucking Coruscant and fucking Now Hutta, let's say. A fucking completely unusual. Let's not say Tatooine. Let's not say fucking any of these other planets that are really like fucking simple, right? But they could tell you with a level 2 hyperdrive, how long does it take? And they could spit it out. With a level 3 hyperdrive, how long does it take? Oh, they could spit it out. I reckon there's people at Lucasfilm that don't even know that there's different levels of hyperdrive systems. Different levels of hyperdrive engines. Of course we feel like we've got some ownership. G'day, Laughing Man. How you doing? No one wants to live in Australia. I don't deny that. Mate. Lucasfilm swallow. Let's read on here. Wayne said, that feels really weird saying it like that. I shouldn't have even done that. That can be 100% toxic in the Star Wars world. It's to be present and to watch it. That's what we're doing. It's to be present and to watch it. Dude, that's exactly what we're doing. And we're hating it. All of it. It's to be present and to watch it. And if you don't connect, cool. But we don't need to hear how bad you are. That they ruin your Star Wars. They don't ruin your Star Wars. It's our Star Wars. So hang on. You are talking about their ownership, right? Talking to us, saying that we're fucking fighting against the success of this fucking franchise now because of our ownership. But you go on to then say it's not theirs anymore. It's ours. So it's you own it now. That's right. I'm not denying that you own it now. That's why Disney Star Wars isn't Star Wars. It's actually quite simple. Quite simple. But the way that he says this, if you don't connect, so if you be present to watch it and then you don't connect with it, cool, it's this part. But we don't need to hear how bad you are. No, we're not telling you how bad we are. We're telling you how bad this is. And you think that because we're presenting everything that we present as fans with evidence of what this context breaks or what this canon gets broken or what law you're destroying or what law you're not presenting that makes something not make sense, tracking fobs. All of this stuff, we present it in a way that when these people out there say, oh, can't you just enjoy it and not destroy our fucking enjoyment of it? I'm not intending to destroy your enjoyment of it. That's not my intention. If the words that are coming out of my mouth by default destroy your enjoyment of it, it means that what I'm saying is true, because now you can also see that problem too, can't you? They don't understand that, yes, throwing the fucking fans under the bus, that's exactly what Brendan Wayne is doing here. But they don't see how hypocritical he's even being in his own statement. It's crazy. Fucking crazy. So good luck to you, Lucasfilm. If you want to keep, this is the crazy thing, is it's going to get to a point where even those people that didn't care, that actually did go and contribute to this box office, they're not going to go to the next one. The diminishing returns are going to now be even less. And who have you got to blame? The people that you are currently blaming are going to turn their back on you. And then when you come out to blame them, they're going to be like, what? I never even said anything. Because I don't care anymore. And then what? And then what? Then what are they going to do? When people have got their eyes closed, they're not even going to be present to watch it. They're just going to continue saying now that Kathleen Kennedy and Disney Lucasfilm and Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and everybody else out there, Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams, they've all got a part to play, have destroyed Star Wars to a point where nobody gives a fuck. Nobody that used to give a fuck gives a fuck. And the only way that you're going to be able to get fucking any hype going for any next Star Wars celebration or any of these things moving forward is you're going to have to pay the shills to come out, fly them out, fucking put them up in accommodation so that they can come out and do their positive spin fucking videos where you tell every single person to make sure that they mention IMAX so that we know who the shills are. Thank you for that, by the way. It's pretty easy when you have Grace Randolph coming out there and going, hey, this guy's a badass, and this guy, well, he doesn't really do anything, but make sure that you go and see this movie in IMAX. Next fucking one that you watch. Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Make sure you go see it in IMAX. Next one. Oh, man, it was amazing seeing Grogu out there. He was so cute. I just wanted to go home and oh, dude, I'm on YouTube. I just can't say that. Fuck. I kind of fucked my whole momentum with that. My mind went crazy. But you get what I'm saying. They're the only ones that are going to be left. Yes, in IMAX is basically what I was saying. So, Lucasfilm, it's crazy to me that, again, the new spin that we got on this fucking thing was that, you can't judge where Star Wars is it as a franchise based. Bullshit. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. You know why it's bullshit? Because if it made $1 billion, you'd be saying, see how healthy our franchise is? It's bullshit. Of course we can judge off this fucking movie the health of the franchise of Star Wars. You retarded? Not healthy at all. No one cares. I went way too long on the Star Wars shit. But it does piss me off that they continue to fucking blame the fans for their bullshit. And if they haven't learnt their lesson with the diminishing returns after blaming fans and blaming fans and blaming fans and doing diss tracks and fucking preempting the racistness from Obi-Wan Kenobi and doing car videos, you're no Star Wars fan in my eyes. No, the crazy thing is you didn't listen to anyone's criticism. You didn't actually listen to a word of not one person's criticism, because if you had have, you would have realized it had nothing to do with race. Nothing. So, good luck to you. Disney Star Wars isn't Star Wars. If you want to continue the story and the universe of Star Wars, read the expanded universe. It's not going to be perfect. There are problems within the expanded universe, within some books and stuff like that. But all in all, it's very good. It's kind of, you could almost say that there are some books in the expanded universe that are like the prequels, where they're certainly not perfect, but at least they tell a cohesive, consistent story in a good universe that actually abides to the laws most of the time. I know people want to argue the fucking R2-D2 and his rocket fucking things in the prequels compared to the OT. You know, oh, he would have just done this if he had just been able to do that. Like, okay. And I will have no doubt that I used to sit there and be able to say, okay, I can sit there and say that there's probably an explanation out there. It might be in the expanded universe, but there might be an explanation in there in regards to why those things don't work anymore. Maybe they got removed to put something else in. I don't know, right? But I could have, back in those days, sat there and gone, I'm sure there's an explanation for it, because I trusted the people that were actually working on it, knew what they were actually doing. Fuck these people. They destroyed my favorite franchise. And I'm sure it happens to everybody. At the moment, it's happening to everybody in everybody's franchises, in everybody's love of whatever it is. Whether it be DC, whether it be Marvel. Now, Marvel's probably been the healthiest. It's been, thank you. More recently, it's probably the most healthy franchise out of all of them, right? Not for the last two phases. I'm still talking about, like, you know, up to Endgame sort of thing. That grew and built into something amazing. But think about it, like DC. Nobody fucking look at what's happening with that. Look at and don't fucking, you don't even have to go to movies. Look at what they're doing with, like, Lord of the Rings. You know? And it kind of brings me to the Stargate thing. Let me find that. Where am I? I was going to go into Supergirl, but we're going to put that on the back burner for a second, because I do want to talk about the Save Stargate campaign has been sort of really good. I know the importance of, obviously, them basically reinstating this series that they were doing with the people that they were doing it with, because as soon as they don't do that, they move on with someone else, something else, and it ends up being something completely different. And that's where we end up with another Star Wars, Star Trek fucking franchise on our hands. Doctor Who, you name it, fucking Lord of the Rings, Marvel, DC. You've got another one of those fucking on your hands because the people that are involved don't give a fuck about it, and they start making something completely different. So I get that. I am so on the fence in regards to I want them to do the series that they said that they were going to do with the people that they said that they were going to do it with. I am 80% on certain that they can do a good job with it. The 20% is actually what does scare me though. Right? Because it is Amazon. You know, I don't think that the guys that are involved with it, if Amazon was to come to them and go, all right, we'll let you do it, but you've at least got to do this, 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 and this. And any of those fucking 5 things that they list off to do or have anything to do with wokeness or fucking DEI or fucking, you know, making sure that there's a certain number of these people kind of cast or whatever. That's the 20% there is what actually scares me in regards to that. Because this is what it would be like. It would be like George Lucas actually coming back to Lucasfilm to do a trilogy. Right? But the deal is that Disney has said that it needs to have this, 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 and this. And George is like, okay, fine. We'll do all of that. But in doing all of that, it affects what George would have done. But he still does it anyway. Because it's better than the alternative. So that 20% still scares me a little bit. And on the other side of the coin, I'm like, I just don't want Amazon. I don't want anyone to touch it at all. Like, yes, it would be awesome. We always used to think this. It would be awesome for them to continue the story. It would be awesome for them to, you know, jump on Star Wars and continue doing, you know, the Skywalker saga. It would be awesome for them to jump on Star Trek and, you know, further into the future where now this much more advanced and this much more capable and we're still discovering new places and new worlds and all of this kind of thing. Or Doctor Who, I don't exactly know the premise of Doctor Who, but however Doctor Who works, those are the things that we wanted when we heard that these things were going to be continued. But that's not what we got. So I'm almost at a point with this Stargate thing where I'm like, I don't want them to touch it at all. But I know that if this cancellation does actually go through, and I know it's gone through, but we're still fighting. But let's say it just, yep, it's done, right? We were unsuccessful in trying to get them to twist their arm and basically get them to actually do it. And they let it just die off, and they let all this heat just die off as well. And we go, let's say 12 months down the track, let's say even 2 years down the track. And then Amazon come out and they announce that they're doing a Stargate project with Charmin Obaid-Chinoy. Kind of wish I had fought a little bit harder for the Save Stargate thing. You know what I mean? So this is where I'm so torn. Because also, too, I've talked about the Disney Star Wars fans that have done stuff like this. And I've called them idiots and I've said that they're, and it's not going to do anything. Yeah, okay, it's awesome to see. Because this is something that I agree with. I don't agree with you know, save Ben Solo or whatever it was. So I'm going to think that that's stupid. But I think that that's stupid on a different level. I got to say, I do think that that's stupid on a different level. This Stargate project that spent 22 weeks or something in the writer's room, that already put a plan together, that already structured out what they wanted, the story that they wanted to tell within 10 episodes, I believe, that actually started working on this thing. Whereas, yes, fucking apparently Adam Driver and Sean Levy or fucking someone else sat down and fucking wrote a script. Yes, they actually wrote a script. They wrote a story. But the thing is that character's dead. That, like, you know, and maybe there was some way of justifying it within their story or whatever the case may be. But they started doing this campaign 2 years after it was cancelled. Was it 2 years or even longer? I can't even fucking remember. It was at least 2 years after the Ben Solo fucking movie or whatever. Well, it was never even really greenlit to be cancelled. They're actually promoted. They were actually wanting some. They did that in their own time. They wrote that in their own time. Because it was never a greenlit project. So I believe that there is a little bit of a difference here in regards to this. I still don't think that it does anything, though. Good on them for getting out there. Do you guys have audio? Nina's been massively on the fight. She and it's crazy because Nina's only a new Stargate fan. No audio, sorry. Nina's sort of a new Stargate fan.
That I try to get. Oh, there it is. There it is. Here we go. Your wish is my.
She's been fighting real hard.
I'm going to turn it around.
He's showing it.
And you guys, there it is.
There it is.
There
Good
it
job,
is.
Polly. Yes.
Hashtag Save Stargate. Fans want Giro back. And this guy, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we do want Giro
this
back.
guy is going. Right now, he's headed from the west.
Polly, you did it.
He's making a big circle. He's making a big circle. East to west, turns around, west to east. One more time.
Good job,
Right
Polly.
on top of us now.
Yay! Yay!
I wonder how much some
Polly,
costs.
You did it!
Pretty effing cool. Pretty effing cool.
Yes! Hey, Polly! Latino
That's pretty
sled!
dope.
Viva
Like
Latino
one of the
sled!
Quality image of the plane. You got it.
Viva Latino
Now.
sled!
Head on over
Hashtag
to
say
Top
Stargate.
Bros.
Let's go!
There's Brian. To get to 100K. He's got like 1 million on his.
What happened? They flew what happened to Nina? Nothing happened to Nina. She's just excited to fight for Stargate. And here's just a bit of a video of the flyover. So look, I want to say, yes, save Stargate. I truly think that with all alternatives right now, are I come to the conclusion that we need to fight for this project to happen. Because every other avenue, you know, you sit there and you do your what's his name? Oh fuck. Doctor Strange. Check the 14 million different ways that this can go. And this is the one that wins. This is the one that that actually works. So I think that this is the correct thing for Stargate. The people that were involved, Gero especially, is important. And from the things that we've heard from Amazon in regards to what they want to do with Stargate, this is too much like Stargate. It's too niche to the fans, these particular fans. And Well, I'll let you guys fight that out. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I got distracted. Yes, all avenues come back to the fact that this Stargate show is the only way for us to even possibly get back any decent Stargate. Nicholas Horton, I'm sorry, I missed this from earlier. For his 2-month member chat. Hail Star Wars Explain. Hail Star Wars Explained are the biggest. Oh, hail. I will finish it. I just. See, this is what my brain does, is without the comma there, not that you've got to put the comma in there because you're wasting a fucking thing, but fuck. Oh, my brain. Hail! Star Wars Explained are the biggest Disney Star Wars shells. Yes, they are. One of the biggest. There are a couple of good contenders out there. I'm sorry, Nicholas Horton. I'm so retarded. G'day, Melissa Lord. How are you? All right. Where was I? Let me get rid of some tabs. Fight for Stargate. I just don't know whether or not any of this is going to do anything. You know, there's the petition that's out there. They've, sort of protested outside Amazon and flown the plane over the top. Does it do anything? Is it going to do anything? Is it going to change their minds? I think if it does, I think it might be the first time in history that any of these campaigns, these fan campaigns or anything like that have actually been sort of successful. No, that's not true. There was a Star Wars book or something, wasn't there, that they did? That they released? I can't remember now exactly. It does let them know that the Stargate fandom is still alive. But I think they know that it's still alive because they've even said that this is what they were doing was too much for the Stargate fans. How can you say that? Honestly. How can you fucking say that? All right, let's talk about fucking Supergirl really quickly. And then we'll get into the Spider-Man trailer. And then we'll nominate Jacob for Seal of the Week. And then we're going to watch a clip from Simpcast that I saw Dermy Wormy react to. And I was like, dude, you need to send that to me. You need to send that to me. I need to say something about this. Let's talk about Supergirl really quickly. So Supergirl is literally just around the corner. It is 8 days away from release. Basically a week. It's a week away from release. And I just don't see anything going for it. I don't see any hype going for it. That's right. We were going to check the trailer. Let me just bring this up. From 2 weeks ago. Did I even watch this? Oh, wow. Okay. We're not watching it from one media because that's fucking nothing. Okay, can I show you guys something really fucking weird? They are different. Look at this. So I just search Supergirl trailer, right? On YouTube. This is the most recent one from 2 weeks ago. One media. Now we don't want it from one media. We want it from like DC or Warner Brothers or something like that, right? Let's. I could just click on it, but it's weird that it's not even there. And then I scroll down. You got a Disparu video in there. There it is. Is that it? Because there's other fucking. You got Warner Brothers India. It still doesn't seem like enough. Warner Brothers India from 2 weeks ago has 1.8 million views, and just the DC and Warner Brothers one has 850,000 views. Is that right? That's the one from 2 weeks ago. That's the right one. All right. It's just weird that it didn't come up at the top. Why did One Media's one come up right at the top? You would think it would be fucking Warner Brothers or DC one that comes up at the top. So we got 300. I'm reading the 3 from there. 859,000 views with 38 up and 3.4 down. Now, obviously, it's not ratioed, but even that positive 38,000 compared to the 859, that's low. Did I see this trailer?
Here's the thing. My cousin and
I did see this trailer. So, it's due to release in 7 days. The last trailer that they released was 2 weeks ago. The one prior to that, I think, was 6 months ago from now. And that's it. Like, I don't even see anything fucking on Twitter. Well, that's a lie because I'm about to show something from Twitter, but it's from IMAX. And this is the thing. I'm not really seeing it sort of come up. There's nothing trending. There's no momentum. There's nothing going for it. I thought maybe we could watch this too, just to see. It's only a minute long. So only the biggest and the greatest for Supergirl. Actually, I should put my headphones in. Will Supergirl, Super Bitch, I should say, beat Mando and Grogu? I'm not the person to ask that question to. I'm going to say no because I think Supergirl isn't going to do. I don't know. There's no hype. There's nothing there. I don't really see anybody too excited for Supergirl. I don't even think there's people out there that know that it's coming.
Supergirl is a spectacle, and visually, it's such a delight.
Very early on, we started talking about IMAX.
Okay, so this is now the trend that I'm seeing, and it's not to say that it's a trend that hasn't been going for a little while now, but it's all about the look. It's all about the visuals. It's all about the effects. It's all about the IMAX. I mean, Jesus. In all honesty, to me, these almost look like... Oh, it is paused, I guess.
Because the scale of these battles and these fight sequences is massive.
For me, it's no question. IMAX is the best place for it. With the immersiveness of the imagery, the immersiveness of the sound. you can really throw the audience into the film.
Craig's built a phenomenal world that you just don't see in movies anymore.
Why don't we see it in movies anymore? Why don't we see it in movies anymore? I mean, haven't we advanced to a point where we should be seeing this kind of shit in movies all the time? What, we don't see visuals and sound and everything? Is that what he's fucking talking about?
Craig's built a phenomenal world that you just don't see in movies anymore.
He's built a phenomenal world that you don't see in movies anymore. Why? Why don't we see that in movies anymore? It's because it's not about the world building. It's not even about characters anymore. And I don't think this movie is going to be about the characters either.
Ouch.
It's clear the only promotion that we've fucking seen is a couple of trailers and them talking about how good this fucking thing's going to look and how great it's going to fucking sound.
Supergirl enables us to go to space.
Real? Wow. I need to finish and get the rest of the context of what he's saying here. But fuck. I didn't know that when they made the movie Apollo 13, it didn't give them the ability to go to space.
There is a huge amount of depth to it.
I can't wait to see the audience sit and be engulfed by it all in IMAX.
No one cares. Go and see it in IMAX. What's the bet that whatever shills there are out there for fucking this are going to be, go and see it in IMAX. Make sure you go and see it in IMAX. Go and see it in IMAX. What the fuck are we doing? And then there was this. I know, I think I brought this up on Flashcast last weekend, but we didn't get a chance to watch it, I don't think. So we got Benny Johnson here interviewing Dean Cain, and Dean Cain has obviously been getting involved in his in a bit of politics and stuff, I think, in more recent times. I must admit, I'm not really tracking him or tracking it 100%, but you know, Benny Johnson's very much more a politics channel than a pop culture channel, and that's where he comes with this question. So let's just have a listen and. Fuck, I need to go to the bathroom, but we'll finish this and then I'll go.
Crap. Dean, it wouldn't be an interview on this program without a Superman question. And so here is the cultural Superman question of the moment, which is Supergirl. And we have Millie Alcock saying that she doesn't want Christian dads to go see Supergirl and attacking them for attacking her online. I don't think anybody actually cares at all. But
well, I don't know if did anybody actually like attack her online? You know, I know that word attack isn't really used well in context. G'day, Anthony Gaming. How are you? Yeah. So,
but it is like totally irrelevant. Nonetheless, she's popping off,
and I haven't seen I heard about everybody talking about it, but her saying that she doesn't want Christians or Christian dads to come to this movie or something. That's pretty fucking crazy. It's pretty fucking crazy. Do you not want them to go so that you can call them sexist? Because you are pointing to the men specifically too, aren't you? Christian dads. And I want you to take your sons and your daughters
and blaming the audience and attacking Christians. Supergirl is set to flop. We'll see the numbers upon its release. It'll be released, I think, in a week. But not great branding, right? For Truth, Justice, and the American Way.
Well, DC Comics let that lapse. So Truth, Justice, and the American Way is no longer a thing. They said Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow. So I use Truth, Justice, and the American Way at every opportunity I can. It's interesting because I didn't.
Anthony Gaming comes through with $1. Thank you, brother. With his Dockers. profile pic. Dude, you annihilated us. Not last weekend, the weekend before. You annihilated us. And I hate you for that. 124 points.
Know her name. And after hearing what you just had to say, I really have no desire to know her name because as a Christian dad, sorry, I don't understand that at all. It blows my mind up. But this reminds me of.
Well, before he says what this reminds him of, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Jordan. Well, it doesn't remind me of Jordan. It puts it in contrast with Jordan. I don't know the exact wording. Wasn't it Republicans buy shoes too or something along those lines?
Of Snow White, Rachel, whatever her name is. Why do you want to
Ziegler
kill your franchise by being a jerk and saying some awful stuff and alienating a huge portion of your potential audience? When you do a movie like this,
I think it could be an inside job. They know it's going to flop. They know it's going to be a failure. What's the best way to do it? Tell all the men not to come. And then when it does flop, we can call them all sexist for not going. And ignore what we said beforehand.
and you go out on the press runs, you usually have whole, media training and discussing what you're going to talk about. I can't believe that's something that they came up with. If it is, they're absolute boneheads. I looked at the trailer of the thing and it just looked like whatever that new, what's the gen now? Are they Gen X? What? No, we're X. I'm X.
Yeah, Gen Alpha, Gen Alpha and Gen Z.
Gen Alpha. If that's Gen Alpha, you all are in trouble because that's just seems like a petulant kid who's angry at, I don't even know. I had no interest in watching it. Melissa Benoist, when she played it with her smile and her aura about her, that seemed great. I wanted to watch her. And I was.
Well, see, back when, fucking you were playing Superman, Dean, writers wrote, and they wrote good. They wrote good, compelling dialogue. They wrote good, compelling scenes. They actually took pride in the writing that they were doing. The people directing, the people that were actually involved in these things, I believe once upon a time actually had a love and an enjoyment for the creative process of telling a really good story with whatever characters that they had to play with in that play box. We don't get that anymore because no one cares about the story. What people care about now is what we cared about in the past and how bad that stuff was in the past, or how sexist or how racist or whatever those things were in the past. And now we've got to correct the ship. That's where we're at. And if it's not based off of correcting the ship with something like that, it is about completely changing what the character is from whatever source material they're bringing it from to make it their own for this new modern audience that doesn't exist. Because all audiences want is a good, compelling story, plot, morals, characters. It makes me wonder. I was watching Nina's stream before I jumped on there, and she showed the Russell Crowe clip of, him pushing back against the studio or the people involved wanting him to have a sex scene with the princess chick from it. I can't remember her name. Russell was talking about how I feel like it would have removed so much from the character. Like it would. I wonder, I view Gladiator as a 10 out of 10 movie. I truly believe it is 10 out of 10. That movie's so good from beginning to end. Fantastic. It makes me wonder, though, if it would still be a 10 out of 10 movie if they actually had have taken that route. Because the thing is the character of Maximus is so morally stable. that as soon as you give him a little bit of unethical behavior, you start to question that. Whereas by the end of the movie and he dies heroically, ends up with his family. Could you imagine he fucks this chick halfway through the movie after his wife and child are dead? And, he's trying to avenge them. And then at the end of the movie, he dies and he's, walking through, hands out on the long grass and everything. And he's walking towards his family. It wouldn't have the same impact at all. At all. But see, again, the Gladiator was made, and that's when the actor could push back against them, and they actually they came to that agreement that, okay, this is how we're doing it, kind of thing. Whereas now, could you imagine? I mean, the last actor that I heard to ever say that is Mark Hamill. I fundamentally disagree with your adaptation of the character or whatever the fuck he said. Connor Foxworth, thank you for $5, says, let's be honest, I feel like this movie's failure, along with Scary Movie 6's success, is going to fuel the inevitable WB Paramount merger. Here for it. Well, that's already been approved, hasn't it? That's actually going to happen. I'm here for it too. Thank you for the $5. Look, movies now, the word of mouth has never been more prevalent. It's never been more important ever before than it is right now. Because of the access that we have via the internet, obviously, it's a lot. You're getting a lot of information from a lot of different people. And from a lot of those different people, you can actually judge after watching somebody like Gary for at least 6 years, let's say. I feel like I can trust his opinion. Now, that's not to say that he hasn't maybe said that he's enjoyed something that then I haven't enjoyed. And I've maybe watched it based on his word of mouth, right? And by the end of it, I'm like, oh, I didn't see really what Gary was saying there, but okay, that was that. Or it could be the other way around. Not that I necessarily, if somebody like a Gary says out there that, oh, this movie is so shit, and these are the problems that it has with it, and I can sit there and I can duplicate what he's saying, and I can actually have some understanding of what he's saying and the descriptions that he's giving and why this character doesn't make sense in what they're doing, or you sit down and you watch a Mauler video where he can actually go off, because it's so fucking long, he can actually go off on 10 different avenues and tell you how bad that one scene is based on 10 different premises. Or something, you know what I'm saying, right? You're paying attention. I am as well. Everybody out there now is paying attention to the people that they trust on the internet. And they are listening to those people more than they ever have before. So yeah, while I'm sort of half on the fence with some people in regards to, these people are fucking saying, don't go and watch don't give Disney any money, or don't go and watch this movie, it's fucking shit, but they go and see it opening night, right? I know that there's a beef out there in regards to that kind of fucking thing. I can understand some people when their full-time job is fucking pop culture and entertainment and stuff like this. Look, I know that there's other ways that you can get it. It's not always easy, whatever. It is what it is. I'm sometimes glad that some of these people actually go out there and watch it and then tell me what they think about it. And then it gives me an idea of maybe I'll give it a chance, maybe I won't. Now, with something like, let's say, Star Wars, for example, it's so dead already that even if somebody goes and watches it and then comes back and says that it was shit, don't go and see it. I'm kind of like, duh. You know. But I was excited for Project Hail Mary, right? And all the people go and see it and they come back and they go, yeah, it was really fucking good. Actually, it was like really enjoyable. It really does the book justice. It's really, really good. That then builds my hype up even more. Not that I wasn't already hyped and wanted to go and see it, but it built my hype up even more. Got me even more excited to want to go and see it. But let's imagine for a second that all of the people that were excited as I was to go and see this movie, and come back and say, oh my God, they completely fucked it up. They completely fucked it up. Well, straight away, even though I was excited to go and see it, I'm going to be like, oh, well, that's a shame. I'm not going to go and spend my money at the theater. I'm not going to go and watch it at the theater. I might still be a little bit excited to see at least what they did with it, right? But these people that are now disappointed with what the outcome of this movie actually was, I trust them enough to not waste $100 to go to the movies to see this thing. And that's why word of mouth is more important than it's ever been before.
On that show, but this doesn't seem like anything that is exciting for me. I think it will probably tank monumentally because she's alienating audiences and saying stuff that I don't understand that. Why would you?
I don't understand it either.
Why would you attack? I don't get why she would be doing that or attacking Christian fathers. It doesn't make sense to me, but that's not going to work in the long run.
Wouldn't you want, like, again, you're a dad, I'm a dad. Like, isn't that the target audience? Is parents go with their children? Isn't that how you increase ticket sales? Isn't that the goal? The family goes to the movies. That's why children's movies.
Yes, but this is the other thing too, is we're talking about James Gunn's DCU. Yes, Benny, the idea is to obviously take your kids to these movies, but I don't know if there's going to be stuff in there that's appropriate or inappropriate. And it's so on the inappropriate stuff now is so on the nose. I wouldn't care if there was stuff inserted into a show or into a movie that was inappropriate for the kids, but so fucking slid in there not even by mistake, just slid in there intentionally. But so the kids are so oblivious to the reference that they don't get it. They'll only get it when they fucking turn 15 or something like that. You know, and those are possible.
Makes so much. It's why Zootopia makes $1 billion, right? Parents are bringing their children. So to attack parents, particularly Christian dad, the only people having children are Christian dads primarily.
That's true too.
It's like, it seems insane, Dean. Suicidal, actually, for the industry. Seems suicidal.
Yeah, let's go to Gad's dad, and it's suicidal empathy. It's you're so woke that you're going to alienate everybody, and your film's going to tank. But Hollywood's a numbers game. If they're not making money, then you're gonna be adios. You're gonna be Stephen Colbert. You're losing $40 million a year. It doesn't last, because at the end of the day, Hollywood is a business. So if James Gunn and Peter Safran, who've been running the new DCU group with the last Superman movie and the Supergirl here, if they want to run that into the ground, by all means, guys. But it's unfortunate. They've run Star Wars into the ground. We'll see what else they can ruin.
Yep, we will see what else they can ruin, because they're ruining. The crazy thing is they get out on the front foot with these things, and it like, this is why I almost feel like it almost seems intentional. The Midnight. Thanks for the words of advice last time, Raging Rhino. I appreciate it. Close to, I know that you corrected yourself here. I'm close to the same. I'm close to where you are with Star Wars. I messed up my last comment. You added a little bit more there. But still have my old books and games. Yes. I feel like, it's kind of crazy. I have been at a completely different level to a lot of the people that I pay attention to. You know, fuck, Gary was smart as hell. When The Last Jedi happened, he was done with Star Wars and he moved straight on to Doctor Who, and that was what they basically went on to destroy next. Yeah, like even Flash. I know Flash absolutely fucking hates talking about Star Wars. And I don't blame him at all. At all. I enjoy talking about you could almost say the destruction of Star Wars. And that's where I'm at with it now. Anyway, just to finish off on the Supergirl stuff. Again, I mean, you can almost fucking insert name of product here. And then it's just after it, it's blame fans, fucking shit, fucking story. Tell all the fucking men, not to come, blah, 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 blah. It's the same script. It's the same shit over and over and over and over. Your browser's lost connection. Am I still here? Hello? Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. Let me go to the toilet because I did need to go to the toilet before we even started playing that clip. And now, because I don't stop talking because I'm fucking stupid, I really need to go. I'll be right back. I'm going to give you guys a clip. There's a decent amount of you here. We've got nearly 60 people watching. Thank you. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And to all the lurkers out there, you're all fucking legends. You know that? Just for sitting there listening along. Probably disagreeing with me on a lot. Maybe agreeing with me on a lot. I don't know. But welcome and thank you. Let's see. The Mozza farting is always the best one, but it's never long enough. Oh well. It's still going to give you a laugh and you'll still enjoy it and you'll get a bit of silence after it. But hang around, all 60 of you. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Oh, Mozza, read that.
So
Mozza, don't let the American bitch.
Did you just fart?
Yes, I did. Tell you what to do.
I think it's bedtime, Mozza.
Question mark.
I think it's bedtime for Mozza. That's the type of videos that we watch on fucking Happy Hump Day.
I gotta pee. Oh my god.
All right, quick as lightning. Quick as lightning. Yes, like and subscribe. Oh, and I grabbed my cigarettes, and I grabbed the lighter, and I left my fucking ashtray over there. RIP the stream. What did I do? What did I do? We can get rid of that tab too. All right, awesome. Should we watch the Spider-Man trailer? I haven't seen it yet. And for God's sake, feed your cats. They don't need to be fed. They've been fed enough already. They're sleeping now. See, they're full. They're full. I know. Hey, Zeus Davilla's in the chat. How you doing, Jesus? Good to see you. Mars Monkey Max. Seen you in the chat too. All right, let's watch this fucking trailer, shall we? Let's watch it. Let's do it. Headphones in. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Let's go. Here we go.
What is happening to me? Did you miss me, Spidey? I'm losing my mind.
Oh, no.
I am totally out of control. I gotta fix whatever this is right now.
Final semester MIT.
Dad, who do you think is actually watching these?
Maybe someone.
Okay, well, bye, someone.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
So could you get rid of the bad aspects but keep the good?
How would you decide what parts of nature are good or bad?
Well, sorry about that.
You're not one of my students, are you?
It appears we're faced with a threat we can't control. One we can't even see. You're the only one who's immune to it. You're the only one who can sense it.
And what do you think they're looking for?
Oh, see, you stumbled across my board. I'm not one of those weirdos, I swear.
He's a little weird. I'm MJ.
You two don't know each other?
Yo, Spider-Man, you okay? Did you get rid of that monster inside you?
Think I might go see how MJ's doing.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
Hey!
But you're in danger. You just have to trust me.
Fun. This whole thing can get really scary.
Who the hell is that?
Who the hell are you?
Frank, please. I don't have anywhere else to go.
By the people who love you, just gonna let him go himself? Love you because you're you.
If you're gonna do something, you better do it now.
Never forget that. No matter how powerful you become. I miss you, mate.
Okay, it is just him then. Making on all of them.
Huh. All right, just give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm not in high school anymore. Oh, did you stretch? You a big stretcher? It's so good for you. You ready?
Okay, I didn't mind the trailer at all. It wasn't anything like... I didn't think it was like great, but I also... it's not bad at all. It's turning into the spider. See, now he's making fucking webs inside him. Just like Toby. That's Rhino, right? No. That's not Rhino. That's a Stinger. That's Scorpion or something. Yeah, Zendaya, like with Zendaya, I'm just over Zendaya. Yeah, Scorpion. Scorpion, you boob. Yes, I got it wrong, all right? I figured it out. This image is pretty much the fucking... It tells the story, doesn't it? That's kind of cool, though. The thing that I'm actually questioning right now is, yes, okay, so Bruce has those bracelet things on to stop him from looking like the Hulk. But the last time we saw him, he was Professor Hulk. Now, what? They get those things blasted off him, and whoever the bad guy is in this does that, it looks like. And then the Hulk isn't like, it's not like Professor Hulk. He's now just Savage Hulk again. I'm a little confused by that. I'm sick of Mark Ruffalo too. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this. And I actually think that this Spider-Man movie is going to do better than Doomsday. Maybe not as a maybe not as a total, like box office or anything like that, but just profitability and that sort of thing. Not that that means that it's good or bad. Yes, I know. I know. You hate the entire supporting cast? Punisher's a good casting. I still got to watch that show, I think. I don't know. Is it any good? I just like the actor. What's the actor's name? I think nah. I think Scorpion's going to be the beginning fight. Could be wrong. A lot of action in this fucking trailer, though. Again, I'm intrigued. John Bernthal, that's right. Thank you. Thank you. I mean the normal supporting cast, Rhino. It's nothing really like... Who's that? I thought when we first saw that first trailer and you see Spider-Man fighting these red ninja things, it almost looked like that same shot where they took out, like they digitally took out the other Spider-Man from the previous movie in the trailer, so they could just hide it a little bit. Not that people didn't know that they were all going to be in there, but they just hid them in that scene. And when I first saw it, I thought that it could possibly be the same thing, but it looks like throughout everything that we see here, it is literally just them versus Spider-Man. I am intrigued. I'm good. It will do $1 billion easy. I don't know. I don't know how to judge the box office with Marvel. It's Spider-Man, so it should. When's this due to come out? Did say at the end there, right? July 31st. Basically a month and a half away. Actually kind of can't wait. All right, guys. So we've got, like I said, I wanted to watch this clip from Simpcast. I haven't really talked about the Jeremy, the quartering stuff, Melanie, Chrissy. I haven't really been paying attention to any of that stuff for a little while now. You know, my understanding is that now the beef that happened between Brittany and Chrissy and now spilled over to Kira, what's her name? Keanu. Oh, it's fucking schoolyard, fucking grade 6 female bullshit, fucking mean girl stuff. But in this clip, there's some things that Chrissy says. There's some things that Keanu says about Friday Night Tights. Some thing, not specific, like obviously implied towards Friday Night Tights. I think it's pretty obvious. we'll go through it. And I just wanted to give my sort of opinion and my 2 cents on it. And yeah, fuck these people. Fuck these people. Yeah, it's Spidey. I don't disagree. I can see a couple of people in the chat, like 700, 800. Yeah, there you go. 7 to 800 million, but a billion is possible. I'm sort of probably there. Probably there. But before we do, we don't really have any more nominees. I've only got Jacob this week. So let's just see one of the things that he said. Oh, here we go. Actually.
I'm all the Jedi. I'm all the Jedi.
So Jacob is going to get the winning nomination this week. Reading through The High Republic will honestly make you never look at Yoda in the movies the same way ever again. Well, it's a good thing that I'm not reading The High Republic then, so they can't fucking in my head destroy Yoda. But yes, Jacob, I basically got his fucking Twitter page saved. The 28-year-old he, him with the fake wife himself. You are this week's nominee, lone nominee and winner of this week's Seal of the Week. So congratulations, J.I. Aker. Yay! Huzzah! Sorry, guys. I didn't have any other nominees for this week. Return of Fart Walker.
Oh, Mozza, read that. Mozza, don't let the American bitch.
Did you just fart?
Yes, I did. Tell you what to do.
I think it's bedtime, Mozza.
Question mark.
I think it's bedtime for Mozza. That's that's the type of video that we watch on fucking Happy Hump Day.
I gotta pee. Oh my god.
Vote 12. Fucking Jacob got all 61. Oh no, we're down to 58 people in the chat. He got all 59, including me, votes this week. Congratulations. Jesus Davila, thank you very much for the one gifted membership. Appreciate you. Mozza for Mad Lad of the Week. Did he do something mad? Mozza's a good kid. He's a good kid. All right. Here we go. Oh, man, why is that so white? Why is that so white? Oh, my God. Ow, my eyes. What happens if I push play here? Oh, my God. Actually, you probably... Oh, no. No. 12 minutes of this. Here we go. Okay, so for anybody out there that doesn't know the series of events, which look, I don't know how, if you're sort of in this sphere, in this corner of the internet, how you can not know what's going on. However, as a little bit of a recap, you had the Kino Casino essentially making jokes and going after Jeremy. I was about to say Geeks and Gamers Jeremy. It's not Geeks and Gamers Jeremy. It's Jeremy, the Quartering Jeremy, and Bad Jer. And they had a reason to believe that there was a dude coming around to fuck his wife, and they poked a little bit of fun at that. And Jeremy took it personally because, talking about his wife. The crazy thing is Jeremy disrespects and talks about his wife more than those guys did, or told jokes more than those guys sort of did. And it's kind of escalated from there, because Jeremy then threatened to remove these people's channels, get them taken down, basically cancel them by removing them. And it seems like he successfully was able to get rid of some channels, get warnings on channels. And I don't know whether or not he's specifically on these things, but once one thing happened, it seemed like the algorithm sort of shifted, or the AI shifted, or something. I don't know exactly. Right? But something happened. So everybody started pointing the finger. There was some dodgy shit. We saw his webpage pop up with his thanks for your report, all of that. Like there was enough there to point the finger at this guy, right? But also too, during all of that, Melanie Mack was jumping on board, basically taking shots at the people that were taking shots at him, and backing him up. Now, you could say that that's understandable due to the fact that he pays her income, gives her income. But then there was that. And then there was the entire stream where Chrissy brought Melanie on. The chat didn't want to talk about fucking anybody getting married, or fucking anybody getting married to a gay man, or talk about Chrissy's fake conversion. Right? But I shouldn't say that. I'm trying to be a little bit more Christian myself in more recent times, and I probably shouldn't say that. At least she's okay. She's looking in the right direction. Let me say that at least. I don't know exactly the behavior, and based on now where we are now, I'm kind of struggling to reconcile the two in regards to her being a faithful person and where we are now. So that's why I said fake conversion. But nobody in the chat wanted to talk about that. Everybody wanted you to be their hero and question Melanie based on the fact that they wanted answers. So they flooded your chat and you swept for it. You knew exactly what was going on. You lied and said you didn't know what was going on, and all of that gets exposed. And apparently we're supposed to just brush that off and be okay with it, or something along those lines. Now, we are going to listen to what they have to say. I believe that this, what's her name? Keanu. To me, she has just inserted herself into this to try, to me, it's so funny. That in this clip, they're going to talk about how, they're doing it for the content. They're doing it for the grift. And dude, you are such a hypocrite when it comes to that, because based on everything that I see, nobody even mentioned your name ever. Not once. But you inserted yourself into it. And then when people started talking about you, you're like, oh, they're coming after me. You're retarded. You got woman brain. Sorry. I'm sorry if that offends any of the women out there, because I know that there are women out there that aren't stupid and that don't have that can actually think cognitively. I don't even know if I said that right. But the fucking fact of the matter is, it's so crazy that these people, they don't need to tell themselves lies for too long before they start believing them. And that's crazy. So let's watch some of this, shall we?
What's up, Sam? Sam says, Keanu, you should devote a cooking stream to multiple corn-involved dishes while raving about how appetizing, delicious, and nice it is to eat corn.
I have gotten that suggestion so many times, and Gino and I, we have a bunch of corn recipes written down. Hush puppies.
The Bean
corn
had
dogs.
corn for the first time this week. He just like nibbled it right off the cob. It was so cute.
Did he die?
He did not.
Was there? No, I think he.
Okay, I got to push back against even just this. Did he die? No, Keanu. Not the entire world's population are allergic to corn. But I have no doubt that there are some people out there that are allergic to corn. And it just so happens to be that Brittany is one of those people. You know, it's so funny. I'm allergic to mushrooms. I'm allergic to mushrooms. You know the amount of people that used to say to me, dude, it's a fungus. You can't be allergic to mushrooms. I was diagnosed by a doctor to be allergic to mushrooms. There are certain medications that I can't have because it has mushroom extract or something within the medication. I don't exactly know. Mushroom extract? I don't know. It's just got some form of mushroom or something in that medicine or in that fucking thing where I can't actually have that. Right? And the amount of people that never believed me. There was actually one time I was at work. We had to stay late. We had to stay back late one night and do some extra work. So the boss bought us all pizzas, right? We were all eating pizza. It was fucking great. We were having a great time, even though we were fucking working. We were doing an inventory. Anyway, fucking, I wanted more. I was still hungry. So I wanted more pizza. I went and had a look to see what pizza was left. The only pizza that was left, they all had mushroom on them, right? So, I couldn't eat it. And then like one of my workmates basically said, just eat some. Oh, I fucking can't. It's got mushroom on it. I'm allergic. They all started like, oh, you're not allergic. Fucking, you just don't like it. You know, having a dig at me, right? Now, I knew that they were only all joking and stuff like this, but I said to them, do you want me to prove that I am? Like, I don't really want to do this because I'm not allergic to the point where it's going to kill me, but I get an allergic reaction. I start getting a rash on my body and I will start throwing up, projectile vomiting. Those are my symptoms from it. And I said to them, if you want me to prove it, I'll prove it, but I'm not going to get any more work done. Like, I'll be on the couch in 5 minutes. And they wanted me to prove it. So I grabbed not a slice of pizza. I grabbed like a little fucking tiny little bit of mushroom off the pizza, ate it. Within half an hour, I was fucking done. So, yes, there are some people out there that are allergic to some very unusual fucking things. And you're too stupid to realize, and you're making a joke out of it now. The crazy thing is that I don't even think that fucking Brittany ever even really wanted to bring up the wedding cake. Chrissy brought up the wedding cake. And now it's turned into fucking wedding cake and now Chrissy goes on about her birthday cake at one point. This old lady fucking ate her fucking birthday cake that she kept in her fridge or something like that. I don't know. It's crazy. Chrissy, at the end of the day, look at that pause freeze frame on her. Ugh. Got the longest fucking face. Conehead. At the end of the day, what this comes down to, Chrissy, got nothing to do with fucking cake. It's got nothing to do with corn. You know, Brittany you told her there was no corn in it. There was fucking corn in it. She had an allergic reaction. It fucked her fucking night. Whatever. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Nobody cares about any of that. You know what people care about? People care about the fact that you platformed Melanie without confronting her on all of this stuff, despite the fact that the chat wanted you to. You lied about seeing fucking Britney's messages and all of this kind of stuff in regards to bringing her on. You've even admitted that you probably should have done things a little bit differently. And yes, I did it, but I didn't do it. I don't know. You're so fucking contradictory in your own fucking premise of what you're saying. It's all over the fucking place. Right? Sorry, hang on one second. sorry, I just remembered I got a super chat and I kind of just kept going. So let me just hit this really quickly. Anthony Gaming for $5 says, I told that Star Wars girl Australia is going to beat the USA on Sunday morning. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Yeah. Dude, I didn't think we'd beat Turkey. And we beat Turkey. Thank you for the super chat. Is that on before Flashcast? If Anna's streaming that, I might have to go and hang out with her. I might talk, I'll message her after the stream. Let's see. Where was I? I don't know. Let's just push play and fucking, you know what I'm saying.
It was fine, right?
Yes, he was fine.
Because he's not alert.
Max Frank, thanks for the $5. I can't watch FNT now since Gary backstabbed and betrayed you over NT, a goddamn effing thing. And I've been watching since 2019. Almost feels like a personal betrayal. Yeah, it feels like there might
You know what this kind of, it feels, she hasn't even thought about it. I don't think she actually cares. And the thing is that Gary didn't backstab her. If anything, she backstabbed herself. She actually backstabbed herself. And she refuses to see the mistake that she made. She refuses to see the truth for what it is. She goes into more justification here. And from what my understanding is, I haven't been paying attention or watching these streams. I never watch Simpcast anyway. But my understanding is that things aren't going great. She's now on the grift because she has to be. And she'll have people like this guy here, Max Frank, that will support her. But
something going on that I don't know about because I just feel
no, there's nothing going on that you don't know about. You know everything. This is so stupid. She is so dumb because she plays the naive card all the time. All the time.
Like the response and what is happening to me has not equaled to what I have said, done.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nobody wants anything to do with you. You're a biohazard. So let's just play this out to conclusion. Let's just play it out to conclusion. Gary doesn't get rid of you. Gary doesn't say, sort this out and then we'll talk. Whatever, I don't know what was said behind the scenes. Who knows? But the result is where the result is. So Gary lets you on. What happens to the chat? What happens to the stream? What happens to the topics that he's got to talk about? Just like the topics that apparently you had to talk about when Melanie came on. It overtakes everything. It basically turns the entire stream into this. And because of how stupid you are, without actually being able to recognize the error of your own ways, they'll be sitting there trying to explain it to you in the nicest possible way that they can, which they pretty much sort of have done through any times that they've brought it up that you refuse to listen to. But they bring it up with you and you just sit there and butt heads for 2 hours. On a stream that's not even designed to be for that. You are too stupid to realize how stupid you are. That's how stupid you are. It's crazy. Airhead. There's so much air in her head, it's like compressed air. And that compressed air comes out her mouth as stupidity.
People that I've had on. So it's a question.
And to leave you hanging is sort of weird. Yeah.
Leave you hanging? Leave her hanging. Dude, you haven't corrected anything. You haven't done anything. In fact, you've continued just doubling down on everything. And then anytime somebody comes in and says that, oh, FNT betrayed you, you can't sit there and say, well, no, they didn't. I fucked up and I fucking stepped into the drama. Whether or not I knew it or not, I stepped into the drama. They don't want the drama there. And based on what happened on my stream, it's pretty clear to see that that would happen on their stream too if I was to now be there. And if I'm refusing to acknowledge the wrong things that I've done, then how could they? But you're too stupid to recognize how stupid you are. Like I said. I don't know. I don't know, man. She might. It's the thing is that if she thinks that acting that naive and intentionally being that stupid and just keep doing it, she's too stupid to realize how stupid that is and how much of a mistake that is. And the crazy thing is that the only reason why the conversation still goes on between fucking Keanu here and fucking Chrissy and fucking Brittany and everything is because Brittany keeps talking about it too. So they can have these battles, but you're losing more than just fucking Brittany as a friend over this. I didn't really care for you. I didn't really I've streamed with you, Chrissy, I think once or twice in my time. Maybe a couple of times here and there, right? On other people's channels. The most recent one was on Flashcast. I didn't dislike you. I didn't really like you. I didn't really think anything of you other than, And this is true, guys. It's not that I'm saying this because I fucking hate Chrissy now because she's a dumb fucking moron. I didn't think she was ever funny as a comedian, ever. The funniest thing that I ever saw her do was the Frosk thing, which I thought was great and fucking hilarious. And then it got turned into the song, and fucking the rest is history. I think that's the funniest thing that I've ever seen her do.
Yeah.
And by the way, no one please do not mispronounce or mistake D-Day Cobra's name. If you've never watched FNT, he gets very upset about that. He does not like to not.
The thing is that my understanding of why she's saying this is because she went after, like, Jeremy. This is the thing. Oh man, let me just play it a little bit more. Actually.
And right, because I'd never, even when you were on it, I never really watched it. I feel like at least he sat there and on a show with you for 5 years and then used your controversy as his content. And then he even
used your controversy as his content. No, he actually didn't. The crazy thing is I don't even think that Jeremy did an exclusive video on this topic regarding Chrissy. He may have regarding Jeremy and that whole thing, but I don't think he did do a specific isolated video on Chrissy. Now, he did clip out maybe a video or two from his streams that he made into a video. Now, yes, you could say he's using that for content, but dude, he talked about it once or twice, threw some advice out there, which Chrissy just ignored. And then you come along again, Keanu, and insert yourself like you're some kind of authority in this. You know, I know there's A-loggers out there and fucking, I'm certainly not one of them. And I might be jumping on the bandwagon too. I'm certainly not fucking grifting off this. I don't care whether or not I fucking get any more super chats on this or not. We haven't even had one in regards to this particular topic. But you've got to insert yourself. You mispronounced Jeremy's name. Jeremy didn't get pissed off. He didn't get upset. He just said, who the fuck are you? Like, yeah, you got my name wrong, but who are you? Dude, it would be like me getting fucking Jeremy's name wrong And then him, but it wasn't even about getting the name wrong. It was what you were actually talking about. You're jumping on the same bandwagon that Chrissy is.
He came at me for not knowing who he was, Tupac, D-Day, Chopra, whatever it is. And I felt like, why is this specific?
See what I mean by schoolyard grade 6 bullshit? Like, it's so cringe when she like repeats his name there completely incorrectly. Cringe as fuck.
One acting more like a chick than Chrissy even is. Are you like, drama farming from this?
And like Holly,
like you drama farming, at least you acknowledge that fucking Chrissy's drama farming, or are you saying that in a facetious way?
You've been on Compound, right?
I have.
And Keanu was a multiple frequent guest hosted for me many times.
I feel like I remember you from that. Yeah.
Compound, we had our problems, we had our haters, we had our drama, but one thing we all had was professional loyalty, and that was the one rule: is don't shit on the other talent at the network. And that was something we were.
What about don't cancel and don't jump on the bandwagon of trying to grift off the cancellation or the removal, the false flagging of what are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? You think that all of this drama started with you. It didn't. It started well before you inserted your bullshit into it. Victim, victim, victim. Victim, victim, victim. That's all I fucking hear.
We're all pretty much able to do.
Yes, the industry, the people that you were working with would still be loyal to you if you weren't retarded. And you didn't step into this fucking shit, false flagging, and then sweeping for the false flagging because the chat wanted answers. Oh, I didn't want to talk about what the chat wanted to talk about, and the chat doesn't dictate my shit. Well, fuck, man, you don't deserve the chat. You don't deserve your chat. You don't deserve them. And the crazy thing is you've still got your supporters there. Hey, guess what? All Chrissy's supporters out there, you do not dictate what Chrissy will ever talk about. So if, let's say, she was on a completely different topic and then there was something that fucking happened, right? And the entire chat went after her and wanted to talk about this other thing, right? No, fuck you, chat. We're going to talk about what I want to talk about. That's so stupid. So stupid. The fact that she whispered the super chats, the fact that she was like, everything that she did proved that she knew. Proved that's fucking no-brainer. Keanu, how old are you? You're like a fucking 12-year-old in a 30-year-old, 40-year-old body. You look like you could almost be pushing 60 with that neck. Fuck. You want to call these people grifters? You want to say that fucking Jeremy D-Day Cobra fucking, he just grifted off your content. He started making content out of fucking the drama. Dude, you inserted yourself into something that nobody even mentioned your name. Oh, you're doing it out of the support of Chrissy? Yes, okay, jump on the wrong bandwagon then. Good luck to you.
Aside from just,
Tell you what, if I was talking about all of this stuff right now and the chat was fucking starting to say to me, fucking Ryan, like, we don't want to talk about this shit. We want to talk more about Supergirl. We want to talk more, like, what am I going to do? Sit here and go, no, fuck you, chat. What happens to the chat then? They just leave because they want to talk about this. They don't give a fuck about anything that I'm talking about here.
Ribbing of each other, which is fun. But yeah, we were all we all had was professional loyalty, and that was the one rule: is don't shit on the other talent at the network. And that was something we were all pretty much able to do, aside from just ribbing of each other, which is fun. But yeah, if the table were turned and somebody else on the panel got stepped in it or got into some stupid drama, I would never do countless videos. I would never just wring them dry for super chat money. I just even if you're not like my best friend, you're on a panel show with me.
You've been grifting off this thing from the word go. And now that it is starting to dry up because those first couple of streams, yeah, you cleaned up. You cleaned up. And now it's died. Completely dead in the water. I've got to go get my ashtray. I need to, and I'll need to unplug my headphones, which means I need to reshare my fucking audio. So, sorry. Give me 2 seconds. What a joke. Like, seriously, what a fucking joke that is. She's so blind to her own actions. Keanu as well. I haven't heard really any of these other chicks that are on here talk yet. Are they just uncomfortable with the entirety of the conversation? Let's continue.
5 years, I would never, ever do that to somebody. It's just...
Well, the line has been crossed, so it's time to go. Chop, chop. Let's go. Get the clips.
Right.
Come on.
We've got the clips. The clips are all against you. Who's this Grace person? Are you kidding? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Clips.
Get
that fugly
No, the
alien
new
bitch.
era
Let's
of
go.
the
Get that
internet
fugly
is
alien
so
bitch.
call
Come on.
outy. Like the call out era is here. Like they're taking Gen Z is taking no prisoners, and honestly, like it's war. I guess like we all have to.
Well, this is why
prepare for
reality
the rage
television.
war.
It's why reality television is so popular, right? But like, that's not Chrissy. You're not, you're not Chrissy Cobra. Also, kind of an incel name to call yourself D-Day.
Oh my
historical
God.
event.
Grade 6. You are a child. Kiana, you are a child. You argue like a mean girl in grade 6. You've got no valid actual arguments or points. You just ad hominem attacks. Filth.
A snake, but
that I
you're
am
not Chrissy Cobra. Let me
sleeping for Jeremy by having Melanie on. Like, you're gonna have to explain to me how that's because I never at any point said that false flagging is good or fine. So
No.
I think people just
So what about people out there that are supporting false flagging? Should they be supporting false flagging? And if they are then supporting the false flagging and then you then have them on, is it okay for the people in the chat to ask, why are you supporting this? Why are you doing this? What are the oranges for? How was your weekend? The trolls came out, yes, but there were some legitimate people asking legitimate questions through some legitimate super chats. You swept. It's simple. You covered it up. You're now implicated. Your actions don't match your words when you say, I don't stand for false flagging. But then have somebody on that is okay with false flagging and not questioning them about that when the chat wants you to. Chrissy, the crazy part about all of this is that you're too blind to actually see that you had an opportunity through all of this to become the people's hero, to become the people's champion, and you would have cleaned up. You would have cleaned up if you actually had have done it the other way around. Crazy.
they run with whoever the narrative of their favorite drama farmer, and then just they repeat it over and over, and in their minds it's real. But because I get it, it's easier to just believe whoever you like on the internet rather than like go through hours of live
independent thinking and research.
Dude, nobody needs to go through hours and hours. Well, probably they do now by this stage. But when this was all going down, it was happening in real time. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about doing the research that was trending, that was fucking beating out fucking the Iran war. on trending topics. You had to make your baby cry and put him down so that you couldn't look after him because you had to do Jeremy Hambley research that you still don't know anything. The fuck, man. This is ultimate. I hate fucking. Oh man, I hate some women because only women fucking act like this.
Search. Oh my gosh, really? People can have their own thoughts, and they don't have to be sheep.
Right.
Oh.
It's
People
like
believed that I was Tim
It's
Stokely
like
for a couple
politics.
of weeks, so they will believe anything.
Okay, that's fine. You want to believe that, but still respond to the chat when they're sending $1,000 worth of super chats going, can you fucking ask Melanie why she did this and blah, 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 blah? How about you read the super chat and let her respond? Not, I don't know what any of that's about. Next super chat.
Right.
Even though my account's name was Holly Treats and the name showing up was not Holly Treats, they just believed that I was Tim Stokely because I'm like, yeah, I'm Tim Stokely and I'm an unstoppable bitch. And they totally went with it. So
I wouldn't know who that is unless you told me.
he's the owner of OnlyFans, or he's the founder of OnlyFans. So he doesn't matter though.
Is he a Jew?
No, he's British actually. He's British and non-Jewish. And then they partnered with Leo Radovinsky, who is Jewish, who owned My Free Cams, but it wasn't a particularly like Jewish thing.
Hey, dude, I'm not, you're not wrong. Yeah, I thought about it as soon as I sort of said it. But it is predominantly more women that act like this than men. I'm going to say that much.
It was more just like Tim talking, like pimping out girls on OnlyFans, and then they just like increased the numbers.
Grace, is there anything I left out? I know you said you were going to explain it, and then I just explained it.
Oh, one thing.
no, it's your drama,
Then
yeah.
with the hypocrisy, Brittany Venti, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Brittany Venti then, because I made fun of her corn allergy and I called her, I believe my thing was that she's unpleasant to be around from my general interactions with her, and she's a slob. And I used the word pig and she threatened to false flag me. She said,
"Whoa, it'd be
I
like that
wouldn't."
right now?
Right? She
Really?
said I wouldn't
Or it was
say
like
that
a
if
dog whistle. It was like a,
It
I
was
don't
a
have
dog whistle.
time.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, so she said, I wouldn't say that if I was you or something like that, which means that she's going to false flag her. It could just mean that she's got something on you, or she could call you an animal that you look like you gopher. You're a gopher. That's what you are. Looking out for the next fucking story that you can hop into. Maybe that's what the threat was. Dude, that's a stretch. That's a gaslight. That is a massive, massive stretch to say that I called Brittany a pig, and Brittany threatened to false flag me by saying, you better watch what you say. Now, yeah, it could be taken that way. It could certainly be taken that way. But it's no direct evidence. That's not like Jeremy Hambley saying, I have people that I can actually contact, that I can actually make these channels get taken down. That's a direct threat of false flagging. What a joke. What a joke.
What platform is this?
She was on her whatever she does. Yeah, and she.
But wait, are they?
threatened-
But what
yeah,
platform
dog
are they?
whistle.
Are they
Wait,
threatening
what
to
did
flag?
What did she say? What did she say?
She said, "I wouldn't do that if I were you."
Yeah, I wouldn't say that on
yeah.
YouTube if I were you.
Compare it, and it was like a dog whistle for her, merry band of incel slob followers.
Dude, you're on a show called Simpcast. Oh my God. What do you think the men are like that are watching you right now? Majority of them would have been looking in this screen here most of the time. Because this is dog ugly. This is dog ugly and there's nothing to look at. This chick, my understanding is she fucks her dad. And this chick, I don't know, she hasn't really said anything. She's got no personality, nothing there, nothing to show. And this chick's just got her tits out. So all those slobbering incels that are watching you right now are just watching Holly and listening to your bullshit so they can stare at a set of tits. The fuck are you talking about?
Isn't that ironic considering that that's what the quartering was complaining about?
Isn't that what this all was about?
Hold on,
And
wait
yes,
a second.
my channel, yeah, my channel is
Wait a
way smaller than hers,
second.
but she was so upset because I made fun of her bullshit allergy and just called her a hypocrite and a slob.
The bullshit allergy. You don't know.
That she said to her fans, she did a little dog whistle to go and report my channel because I don't think that rule is there for, I think it's more there for like not me calling you a pig. That's just, I mean, you're a mess.
There
Yeah.
so that you don't call basketball Americans monkeys.
Yeah,
I think that's
precisely.
what
There
that's
you go.
for.
Right. Which I would never do. But
And
she
we
was
wouldn't-
so
we wouldn't call them
angry. Yeah.
teens or cyclists or, you know.
Right, which I would never
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
But then she did this little dog whistle,
Mm.
sort of like a threat to false flag me. And
I think it's
you
a
can
threat.
know anything about
I think it's a threat to call you a giraffe or a gopher or something like that.
her.
YouTube.
Yeah. Right. I said I'll stick with the word slob instead of pig. But she is a
I
mess.
believe she's
The
a pig.
weaponization of the
have
flags, I
feelings that she's
swear.
a pig. You can have feelings about someone, and you can have your perception about someone. Doesn't make it fact. It just means I believe this person is this way. People are way too. You guys are all way too young because when you're at my age, you stop to not care. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you
I
gonna
don't
do?
give a shit. The things people say about me are so fucking heinous. If she can't handle me just calling her out for being a hypocrite and like, you know,
The thing is it's the same. Keanu's saying the same thing that she's saying about D-Day Cobra. You can't handle it? Get out of the kitchen, sort of thing. If you can't handle me calling you a pig, get out of the kitchen. Like, stop. You know, don't be on the internet. Whatever. I don't think that these people took as much of offense to these things as you think that they did. And this is your grift. To build the drama from nothing.
saying how, yeah, she's a mess. She doesn't know how to clean up after herself. That she goes,
Because in this entire conversation, they've completely ignored the entire premise or the entire point of everything from beginning to end, right? We went through it at the very beginning. I gave you a quick breakdown of the series of events that happened. And this is where we're at now. Mean girls calling each other fucking pigs and names and little what's a fucking word? Threats that don't really fucking mean anything. No actual evidence behind them, but let's pump it up to sound like it sounds like she's wanting to false flag me. It's all about cake now. Fuck, Chrissy, you don't have enough makeup to cake on your face to fucking make yourself look good at all.
that far? Isn't that where this all started? The false flagging? I find that incredibly interesting and very hypocritical. That's all.
Honestly, I come from the era where people were getting their house broken into and people were literally holding a gun to their head and make them give them their accounts, like crazy hacker stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like when they're talking about, I'm like, aren't you
Really?
scared
You grew up during that time. I don't remember that.
that
time.
someone's gonna like go gangster on you? Like, there's gangsters on the internet.
You're from the doxing era where they send like SWAT teams after you.
I'm from before
Well, that
that.
happens now.
When they would
What are
literally
you
just break
talking
into your
about?
house, like literally, like some crazy kids would just break into houses and like do stuff like. And then the doxing era happened with the SWAT team and stuff like that. But there was worse stuff before. It's actually gotten better. Like it's gotten way safer. But like these new wave of influencers like don't even know how crazy,
Right.
how loco we got.
And my show or Chrissy's show or whatever isn't I'm certainly not necessarily about like
Just speed the rest of this
talking drama farming and talking about I'll respond to somebody or bring something up, and it's fun when drama happens, but if it organically happens, it's like
This organically happened, Keanu. It organically happened. You know how it organically happened? Because it was all the chat. It was the entirety of the chat, this entire corner of the internet. It was the most organic fuck you to the cornering, to Melanie, and to Chrissy I think I've ever seen on the internet. It was the most organic, the most fucking, the biggest I've ever seen. This thing was trending bigger than the Iran war on Twitter. But Chrissy had no idea. But she did. We know that she did. We know that she did from her interactions with Nina, right? She brought up shit that Nina didn't even bring up yet, that she knew. It's a lie. This whole thing is a lie. You are all of you are fucking brain dead stupid. Dumb. Can't see past their own eyelids.
Otherwise, I watch Architectural Digest and talk about Spencer Pratt. And the
Right. Like, we're normal people now, guys. Like, we're not bad people.
Yes, and just like fucking Jeremy, right, did, a couple of responses, said what he said, fucking clipped out a couple of things from his streams. He still just talks about his politics and the politics stuff that he does and the entertainment stuff that he does. And he just continues doing that. He hasn't turned his entire channel like you guys have into this corn drama. And when I say corn, I don't actually mean porn. I mean actual corn. What a joke.
Like when you do rants about like
again, they think that this drama started when Britney started blowing up at Chrissy. They think the drama started. Oh man, it's a joke.
Sabrina Carpenter or like Zendaya or like whatever.
It's fucking annoying the shit out of
like
me.
The latest celebrity bullshit. I think that's such a strength of yours, and it's such a
thank you. That's what my afternoon show is about. And if I have to touch on revenge corn, then I do. But then I'm like, that's not what I'm going for. That's like her
yes,
thing.
it is. You inserted yourself into it, so that's exactly what you're going for.
And I just think if that's her thing, then she shouldn't be so fucking hypocritical. And I am not one to mince words either, so I will call it out. And then I'll move back to Sabrina Carpenter, the Kardashians, Travis Barker, and Courtney, and call it a day.
I think if you need to threaten to false flag people, you don't need an account because that's stupid.
Right.
I think it's stupid that you're online and broadcasting yourself, and that's your most gangster thing you can do. It's like, no, we'll swat you.
Twice in 12 hours. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel, which was, a blessing in disguise because now I have a personal relationship with my local police officers.
Wait, have you been swatted, Chrissy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's iconic.
It is iconic. It's
iconic.
Not when your in-laws answer the door and that was a while ago, right? I mean,
20 was it? Before I got married, it was a while ago. Was it 21 or 22?
I only remember because it was like when it was one of our first. I came and met you, and we were at a gig. Yeah,
I had Aaron and April back when Aaron and April were married.
Oh,
I couldn't have them on at night, not in studios before.
Insufferable as
just like remote. So the person that swatted me, it turns out, is a 14-year-old that lived in, I think,
no one cares.
West Virginia. But again, same guy. The next
no one cares.
Like someone did what? I had no like I didn't have like a mind about what that even was. And I don't even think you did either. You were like, I don't know. This weird thing happened on my show.
And it's no joke because dogs have been killed in this sort of
team's time. Also, I think that's like the biggest thing. Like, there's real criminals out there that are doing real dangerous stuff, and there's more of them out there because the SWAT team has had to waste their time with people like Chrissy and people like normal people that aren't doing anything wrong. And it's like, you guys, there's like dangerous criminals on the street. Like, we need the SWAT team to be fully like focused on.
Okay, we're done. It's right at the end. We don't need to listen to fucking how proud they are that they got swatted. It's just. Like I said, this really does just feel like grade 6 schoolyard bullshit. They've gone completely now. We're so far past the point of actually talking or arguing, whatever you want to be doing, over the actual premise of what the problems were, to the point now where literally all we are on is like cake and making fun of people for fake allergies that they think are fake. So I only saw, like I said, I saw Dermy Wormy covering this. I'm going to bring this down now. I saw Dermy Wormy covering this. And he's been A-logging this whole stuff with the quartering. He's been doing a great job. Been tuning in here and there when I can. And he just happened to watch this, and I sent him a message. I'm like, dude, you need to send that to me. I need to properly react to that. And it's crazy to me that these people are so oblivious, really, to what they have actually done. And they just can't see what the problem, what the actual problem is that they've created. They can't. And how bad is that? you know. And this is the other thing too. Like, let me bring it to her conversion, like Chrissy's conversion to Catholicism. I believe she's gone Catholic. Whatever it is, whether it be Christianity or Catholicism, it should really change the way you are, right? And it doesn't happen necessarily straight away. It doesn't happen overnight, but you'll want to be truthful. You'll want to be able to tell the truth. You'll want to stop sinning, and whatever sins that you like, whether or not they're addictive things that you feel are sins and stuff like that, they might be hard to get out of. And this is why it doesn't necessarily happen straight away. You call on the strength from the Lord to help you get through maybe these things or whatever the case may be. And sometimes you succeed and sometimes you fail, and you get back up and you ask for that support and you ask for that help again, and you start going through this shit. That's what true conversion is actually like. It shifts something in you. It changes something in you. And it could be something very simple, something very small, right? But one of the biggest things is being truthful, being honest. And if you can't, if it truly is in your heart that you can't see the problem that you created and the situation that you made and the decisions that you made creating this issue, if you can't see that, then I question it. I question whether or not you truly do follow Jesus. Because, okay, this is where lying is a sin, yes. But I believe that it's easier to stop lying than let's say it is to stop smoking weed or stop taking drugs like as an addiction, or stop watching porn as an addiction, or something along those lines. I feel like it's easier to be able to tell the truth and be truthful and be honest and be in reality than it is to maybe overcome some of those other forms of sin. So for her to say, and it pisses me off to the point, and I still swear and I still do things, and it's funny because the other day I said, I'm going to say it, I said Jesus Christ, right? And as soon as I said it, I'm like, don't say that. Don't say that. I said it to myself. That's a shift because I never did that to myself before. I never reined myself back in, but it was purely out of it was so funny. It happened to me on Flashcast because they were playing the clips. And of course, if you were watching, the clips were playing and I was talking over the top of the clips because the clip wasn't playing for me. It was just quiet, right? So I was talking over the top of it. And I said, I swear to God that that this is happening to me, that I'm not intentionally doing it. And then I said, Jesus Christ. And a person pulled me up in the chat and they're like, how can you say, like, you know, I swear to my God, this great God, blah, 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 blah. And I went on a little bit of a rant and stuff and then ended in that. Blasphemy. I'm like, fuck. There, son just did it then. You've got a point. But being truthful and being honest in yourself, in your heart, you can't tell me that in your own head, in a conversation with yourself, if you were having a conversation with yourself, you can't tell me that you wouldn't be able to sit there and go and not see the truth of the series of events during this entire thing, with the quartering through to Melanie, through to Chrissy, through to now Keanu. Unless you're in complete denial. But then that doesn't coincide with you saying that you have found your faith again. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Just like that person thought that my blasphemy proves that I'm not truly either saved or in their eyes, I don't know. I still don't even know. And I should know, because as long as I have faith and I have Jesus in my heart, then I'm going to heaven. No matter what good, bad, indifferent that I do in my life here and now, despite any of that, I should know that I'm 100% going to heaven. But I'm still scared. I'm still so fearful that I'm not, that there's a possibility that I'm not, that Jesus might say, I don't know you. That scares the shit out of me. And that fear makes me want to tell the truth. That fear makes me want to make changes in my life for the better. And you know what, Chrissy? It seems like the devil has guided you every step of the way throughout this entire thing. And the crash is coming. You might have 100,000 subscribers. I might only have 7,500 subscribers. You might have 2, 3, 4, 500 people watching you at any given time. I might have 60 or 70 people watching me at any given time. You know what? I know that in my heart and in my faith and everything that I have right now, I know I know I probably shouldn't say it, and I don't know whether or not it's a bad thing or not. I think I've got more of a chance of going to heaven than you are. I'm still learning a lot. And I still need to find my ability to pray for my enemies or pray for the people that I don't like and stuff like that. I still struggle with all of that shit. But the more and more I learn, the more and more I read of the Bible, the more and more preachers I watch, the more and more I understand and the more I learn, the more and more fearful I become. But that fear isn't like, it doesn't put me in a hole. It doesn't put me in the corner of the room in the fetal position, scared shitless. No, that fear makes me want to change and be a better person. And that's what it should have done to you. But it clearly didn't, because it doesn't mean anything to you. It was a grift, and that's even worse. That's even worse. Way worse, in fact. Using the Lord. I could never think of anything worse than doing that. Oh. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys, in the chat. I see you all being very supportive and stuff. Rona, just go and play Lego Lord of the Rings. I should actually get that. I just finished Lego Batman. I haven't done everything in Lego Batman, but I should probably. That Lego game was fun, and that was the first ever full Lego game that I think I've played. You can still cuss. I get it, but like I said, it does make me. I'm very fearful of my. I watch my actions now. You know, I think about the consequences, and I've done this before, obviously. But sometimes you can just think about the consequences of your actions before you even do the action. You can think through it to its conclusion in regards to perhaps what could happen. You know, Anthony Gaming for another $1. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good man. Good man. But yes, I just don't like the idea of, especially with where I am now with my faith, I just don't like the use of it without giving all the glory to God, basically, in regards to whatever he desires or wants to give to you or help you in any way. You've got to give all that glory to God. And I don't believe for a second Chrissy, that you're giving any glory to God. And that's just how I see it from the outside looking in. And your behavior disgusts me. Disgusts me to the point where I genuinely have hatred. And I never, I've streamed with you on Flashcast. Like I said, I've seen you on Friday Night Tights multiple times. I thought your Frost skit was fucking great. I thought it was hilarious. I never felt that way towards you, but based on your actions and based on what I've seen you do and the way that you've talked and then the way that you've treated your friends, the people that were trying to actually help you, the people that you decided not to listen to, your Ninas, your Britneys, you disgust me. And then the people, and then Keanu jumping in, again, the grift off that, it just disgusts me. Insert yourself into it for no fucking reason. Anyway, that's pretty much the game, ladies and gentlemen. That is the game. It's 3:20 in the afternoon on Thursday. There's the World Cup game going on. France versus, who is that? SEN. African, it looks like an African kind of country flag. The green, yellow, and red. So awesome. I've got a mate that's over there right now watching. Fucking would be pretty cool. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks again for being here. You guys are awesome. Thank you to the lurkers. Once again, shout out to you guys. Anyone coming back and re-watching the stream, I know Lara A, I know you're out there, and I know that you've been sort of watching and you can't sort of watch all the time and shit like that, but love you. Thank you. I can't wait for Fremantle first. Okay. Geelong tonight versus Geelong. Yeah, that's a game on tonight. That's going to be an interesting one, actually. Where is that? Is that in Perth or is that in Geelong? That's going to be an interesting game. And all you guys in the chat, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. Thanks to all the members for being members. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. And once again, all the money from the last couple of streams so far, including this one, is going towards the Minas Tirith Lego set. We need to raise approximately $900-ish Australian to get that. And then we will do a build stream. It'll probably be another 12-hour fucking long stream, so it'll be a lot of fun. But yes, we will do that. It's in Perth. Okay. That's Fremantle dub for sure then. I mean, Geelong's not bad, but Fremantle for sure. Anyway, we are all done. Thanks, guys. Yes, go Australia on fucking Sunday. Where's my clips? All right. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week for another Casual Rage, and we'll see you on the weekend for Flashcast. Well, let's have some fun. And I'm going to try and keep doing some videos. I know I sort of haven't done one in like a week or two now. But I will, get back into hopefully a bit of a routine and try and get some videos out to you guys. Thank you. Peace.
Put a ticket in and make a name gay.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt! A few minutes? Are you kidding at the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like Dustin Crop's kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store. They're bouncing into a supermarket and then...
Yeah.
Be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. You're losing your deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very caution.
You go away.
We bounced too near a supermarket?
You go away with that. Thank you, Jesus Davila, for $5 to the Lego Fund. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Jesus. Have a good day, brother. Take care, everyone. Bye.